Welcome viewers to another fabulous episode of Unapologetically Free. Today I'll be sharing with you the easiest way to reach 100 days of NoFap and beyond. Now this is potentially a life-changing video for you because I'm going to share what definitely worked for me. So I will encourage you to stay all the way to the end of this video and incorporate all these strategies that I'm going to share with you. I am currently at 98 days of NoFap hard mode / semen retention at the time of this video. And I'll be sharing with you 5 crucial points that if you apply all of them, will absolutely allow you to crush NoFap once and for all. Mindset shift number 1. In your first month of doing NoFap, only NoFap matters. Only one thing matters: NoFap. You see, singleness of purpose is very crucial for the first 30 days, which means after you relapse, for example. In my experience, the first week is where the urges are the toughest, followed by the first month where the urges, while being more manageable, you tend to gain confidence that causes you to be too confident in your ability to resist the urges. Let me just give you an example. For my current successful streak, I told myself that only NoFap mattered. And this meant that anything and everything that helped me to cope, I would do. You see, when you go through difficulties in life, many of us will get used to escape using pornography. But that is you no more. In the first month, we are going to be merciful to ourselves. So choose something else to escape to. For me, I love having sweet treats. So for the first month, every single day, I told myself statements like, my only win is to stay pure and not fap for the month of April. So I did let loose in other areas. I did have my sugar treats. I did enjoy life and meet friends, but absolutely no temptations in the field of pornography is allowed. You see, in the first month you can cope with anything else but pornography and fapping. And obviously no drugs or any other bad habits that tends to associate with pornography. Basically, there's 4 steps to the slippery slope to failing your NoFap journey. Step 1 is peeking. Step 2 is watching. Step 3 is doing the deed. And step 4 is always regret. Abstinence starts at step 1. That means no peeking. That is this past 98 days. I don't believe I have peaked even once, not once, in 98 days. And in fact, I believe that is why I'm able to have this kind of a result. The second mindset shift that you need to have is this 4 words: I can't handle it. I can't handle it. You see, a common phrase I would say to myself when I feel urges is not so much to suppress my sexual desires or sexual energy. Instead, I would say something like, yes, it would feel really good, but I can't handle it. I can't handle it is a secret formula that will break the curse of pornography in your life. I can't handle the side effects. I can't handle the depressive feelings. I can't handle peaking and stopping. I can't handle it. Therefore, I do not let myself anywhere near that thing. See, one tactic from the Bible in terms of staying pure is to flee sexual immorality. Flee. I can't handle it. See, this requires humility and wisdom. And instead of saying all the macho stuff like, my will is made of iron and therefore I can handle it all, give it a step back and simply say, I can't handle it, therefore I will not. Just trust in the process. Trust that time will take you to a better place. But you can't handle it. I can't handle it. Mindset shift number 3 is one key improvement at a time. In the first month, you focus only on NoFap. See, I trusted in the process. I knew that despite stuffing my body with junk food, sweet goodies for the first month, despite all this, I knew back of the mind that I was progressing in NoFap. And it broke me out of that complacent cycle where I went a few days and then I relapsed. I went a few days and then I relapsed. When now I am hyper focused on NoFap. This means that I no longer guilt trip myself even when I am binging on sweet things. Don't guilt trip yourself. I don't even judge myself. I simply trust that NoFap is powerful enough that when given enough time, the change will come. I even said something like, remember, my only win is to not fap. The rest will follow. You see, eventually, NoFap will start to affect your brain and your mind in a positive and powerful manner, such that you cannot help but to be productive. You cannot help but to be more socially competent. You cannot help but want to move your body. You will no longer crave unhealthy food as much, and you will have a centered and balanced will to decide what to do. But don't disperse your willpower in the process. Focus on one key improvement at a time, and the first month is definitely 100% for NoFap. See, after the first month, I started adding a physical exercise routine. It was a 6-day workout routine from Monday to Saturday, and I kept to it without skipping days for the entire month. But honestly, even if I did fail to keep to my routine, my mindset is still the same. My only win is to not fap. See, be merciful to yourself, but be extremely vigilant with that one thing: NoFap. I would recommend adding one habit or routine per month and just make sure you are consistent with that one habit, you are consistent with that one routine. Because I have tried adding 2 habits a month or 3 habits a month, and for some reason I would only go a week or so and something would unravel and I would not be able to handle it. Focus on one habit a month. There is such a great power in focus and consistency. The factor that a lot of us don't understand is that it takes time. If you only have built one habit of, let's say, jogging, but you are able to do it every single day for a year, it is so much more powerful than if you started 7 habits at the start of the month, and by the 7th day you already only have 2 or 3 habits left, and by the end of the month none of those habits are around. So don't be that guy that wants to build 5 habits in a month. You will very likely fail. Mindset shift number 4: increase your time horizon. You see, at first I liked the idea of 90 days to reboot your brain that is thrown around the community for NoFap at first. But then you see, I realized that it started to affect my approach to NoFap, because once I reached 90 days, it's like, what else? It is only when I shifted my time horizon and imagination to something like, imagine what my life will be like after 100, 200, and 300 days of NoFap, that I no longer had haste in my heart. I repeat, I no longer had haste in my heart. Setting your time horizon to a year or even 2 years gives you the space and comfort to just crush the day without being that worried about the obvious results in a short time frame. We should all aim to be conquerors of NoFap beyond 90 days, beyond 180 days, and beyond a year. See, I want to recommend an app for you, because nowadays I do not count my days, but I have an app that counts it for me. You can go to your application store and just search for this app called Man Don't Fap, MDF. Just Google it and download it, and it has been very helpful for me for 2 main reasons. Because number one, obsessing over days is bad. If you wake up every morning and you are very aware, this is day 47, this is day 98, your focus, yes, you're tracking the day, but it doesn't really add value so much. But yet at the same time, there is a sense of respect that you give to yourself when, let's say, you randomly check in one day and realize that, oh, you have come a long way. So just download the app. No need to be hyper focused on the number of days. Just randomly check in one day and realize that, wow, you have been making progress. The final mindset shift that I want to share with you is vigilance. Vigilance means that you should be cautious and you should be careful and treat pornography as an extremely powerful and intelligent beast that you need to conquer. You are not fooling around with this beast, your sexual desire. You are not fooling around with it. You are giving it a lot of respect because you have lost a lot of times. You see, after the first 30 days, things get easier. But my mentality doesn't shift. Once a while, I will still remember the phrase that NoFap or purity is my only win. Even if life doesn't go my way, even if I feel sad, even when, let's say, I'm going through a flat line, or let's say all the worst possible scenario happens in my life. I don't care if you get fired, if you fail your examinations, NoFap is my only win. Because without the foundation of going 90, 180 days of being pure, it is very difficult to succeed in other areas of your life, especially when you have come to the conclusion that fapping was the reason why you lost a lot of motivation to do all these things in the first place. Therefore, we are treating the root problem. We are making sure that you are built up from within. Therefore, NoFap is my only win. Because I trust that this investment will one day come and put me in a virtuous cycle. A virtuous cycle where a single win leads to more wins and leads to more wins. You want to ultimately be like the tortoise, not the hare. Be calm, be patient, be humble. You see, there may be some days where you have to be extra vigilant. So, let me give you an example. If you wake up one day and realize that you have a wet dream, don't worry about it, but you should be extra vigilant that you will have urges. Or maybe if you realize that many a times if you do not sleep enough, that you may have urges or your willpower may be weaker, then that's the day when you tell yourself, I just need to get through this day. I will sleep earlier, but today I need to be vigilant. I need to be careful. So these are the 5 life-changing mindset shifts that I believe that if you incorporate right now, rewatch the video, take down notes, because these 5 key mindset shifts will cause you to end your NoFap struggle once and for all. Just make NoFap your only goal. Crush this one area and you will start to see life spread into other areas of your life. I believe that you can do it. So if you like this video, please like it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again.